There's been a lot spoken about New Hope and groundwater, so let's set the record straight. Groundwater is found under the Earth's surface in the spaces in soil, sand and rocks. It may connect with rivers, streams, lakes and wetlands, and is often the main water source for certain trees and vegetation. Groundwater is found in aquifers below the surface of the Earth and is one of Australia's most important natural resources. Recognising this, New Hope did something no other mine in Australia has done.
I'm not aware of any company that's put in a private pipeline using wastewater, and so it's something that's fairly new, but it's also a beneficial reuse of a product. It's certainly a first for a mine site to spend this sort of money, and also support by buying this water from the Regional Council. We support the ratepayers of Toowoomba.
The $30 million pumping station and pipeline from Watala to New Acland Mine was built in 2008 and means New Hope does not need groundwater.
The main reason for building this pipeline came out of seeing a beneficial reuse for water from the wastewater reclamation facility at Toowoomba. We wanted to have a system where we could remove our dependence and not utilise any groundwater for processed water on the mine site. I think people would be surprised, but we were coming to be here for the long term.
But to be sure, and as part of New Hope's commitment to responsible environmental management, it also developed a groundwater monitoring program, which allows for any potential impacts on neighbouring properties to be identified.
We do a groundwater monitoring program to ensure that none of our activities are impinging on the shallow aquifers. Well, the two shallow bores we use are right on the mine site, and one of them is actually almost in a pit. And so that's also a good indication to us whether our pit is having any effect on the aquifers. And one of our key values is the environment in New Hope, and we in all our areas of work, not only water but in rehabilitation, we try to maintain the highest standards of environmental compliance.
What many people don't know is that New Acland Mine is completely self-sufficient when it comes to water and purchases 98% of its requirements from Toowoomba Regional Council.
So we're at the Watala wastewater treatment plant. This is where all of the sewage from Toowoomba comes to be treated. Council has a contract with New Hope to take water from here. We treat it to Class A+. Class A+ means that all virus and bacteria are removed from the water, meaning that it can be used around people without requirement for PPE gear or anything like that. It's quite safe for people to be around, and New Hope get to use that, and it's beneficial to council as well.
Only a small fraction of Watala's water is purchased by New Hope, with a majority discharged down Gowrie Creek by the council and available to local irrigators and farmers.
Council has a very good contract with New Hope, meaning that we get a significant amount of funding for this wastewater that's been treated, and that helps us significantly in our service delivery to the region. This is a really good example of good reuse of wastewater, and it means that we're getting this water repurposed, and so it's not wasted. It's a really good outcome.
New Hope has also commissioned extensive modelling and developed a range of mitigation strategies for underground water management. New Hope recognises the development of its pits causes a drawdown in aquifers, and because of that they have done extensive modelling to identify potentially affected bores, and is required to make good any impacts that may occur to bores with impaired capacity due to the mine's activities. New Hope is fully supportive of and committed to that process, so that landholders' businesses are not worse off from New Acland's activities. New Hope understands the importance of protecting the environment and has won a host of major awards.
It's just part of us doing business, so we're lucky that we can rehab as we go. So our pit, it stays about the same size. As we progress to a new area, we dig that dirt out, come back, fill the hole in, reprofile it, spread the topsoil back over and we seed it. And within a few years we've got cows back on it, and it's viable again.
The water New Hope purchases from Watala is also chemical free.
The cows on the rehab, they're consuming that Watala water as well. We don't need to irrigate any of our rehab. We seed it like any farmer would.
So there you have it, the facts about New Hope Water and its commitment to the environment. If you'd like to know more, please visit the website at newhopegroup.com.au.